Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're going to be working on a Commodore 64C and a 486. Woo! Lots of fun stuff today. I'll give you there. I'll take a look at what's going on here on the Big Bad Bench while I say hi to folks in the chat. What's going on, everybody? We got Trina's Technobabble, Frank S, got Bomb, Chris Angelis, Justin D. Morgan, Mr. Tech Gadget, Epitronics. Hello, everyone. That's probably a lot of folks today out at VCF Midwest. I'm sad I can't be there, but I'm glad you're all hanging out today. We'll get through our lack of being at VCF Midwest together. And Tech Ambrosia is here, and Tara's Aviation and other stuff. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for stopping by. So, this Commodore 64C, we've looked at this thing a couple of times on stream. Let's do this. Yeah. So let's go back to what this thing looked like when I got it. This is this. Starbucks text here too. So yeah, here's this Commodore 64C when I got it. It was pretty gross. There's a bug on the inside there on the keyboard. And there's the keyboard that once you take some of the keys off, I posted this on social media the other day. You can also see that the springs are nice and rusty, which we're sort of running into some issues. I didn't take any pictures of the insides that were very rusty, but I took this thing. There's all the stuff that I started cleaning off of the keyboard. That's the little pile of things down at the bottom. Yeah, Justin, someone wasn't keeping up with the key Commodore. It's as grungy as my brakes, says Mr. Tech Gadget. So go check out the stream that I have linked. I think I did it on a Tuesday. It was probably my funniest stream ever. But basically, this thing left a puddle of rust on the Big Bad Bench. And so we had to do some cleanups. So let's go back to here. So here's the keyboard in its current state. It's nice and clean. We don't have all of our keys back on yet. We got to finish doing that today. This thing was mostly rust. This got a bath in what's it called? Evaporust, which is the first time I've tried using Evaporust, and it worked pretty well. You can see all of these the pitting that remains from the rust. The inside wasn't so bad. So this got once it was cleaned and everything, it got what's the name of the paint? Cold galvanizing compound. Yeah, cold galvanizing compound. And so it'll protect it from rust, but these little tabs are sort of used as heat sinks on this model, so I polished off the paint using an abrasive pad there. This is kind of funny. This was the tray underneath of the keyboard. This thing was totally coated in rust, but you can see through this guy. So yeah, this side's okay. This side is not okay, but we probably don't need to put this back in. I'm gonna do it anyway, just because probably someone will take this back apart in another 40 years and they'll be like, what the heck happened to this thing? So yeah, that'll be fun. All right, so first things first. Also, the light, I forgot this when I was going to retrobrite this. I pulled this out of the case like it was still in the case, and I pulled it out and I left it in my driveway. So we'll see if this still works. Yeah, my brain isn't totally working. So keyboard. I think I have all the keys. So the issue that we're gonna have here is I don't know if I have enough springs. I had some spares and I've brought in all my spares. But what we can see here, so you can see there's rust on these. These got a little bath in the evapor rust too. But some of them were just like totally rotted. So they're basically unusable. So hopefully we have enough springs left here to do this thing. So when I put them back together, I'm gonna put the rusty part facing up so that it doesn't touch the part that we just all cleaned. All right, so let's see. I have a Commodore 64 sitting there because I never remember the order of all the keys. I'm sure there's some folks out there that know exactly what key should go everywhere. This thing I've gotten totally taken apart, like from cleaning this, like Windex got all down inside there, and it was pretty nasty. So that needed to totally come apart. So I took this all apart. Oh, that reminds me. Somebody remind me to solder the shift lock back on there. Let's see, Q, right? Yeah. W, E. So all the keys got retro brighted. The case got retro brighted. I do highly recommend going back and checking out that stream. I went through a range of emotions during that stream. Okay, so then we need our U. Let's find some more of these. I. Thank you, Trina. I mean in like 5 minutes. Remind me to do that after we get all of our keys on. U-I-O. Hopefully we have a P around here somewhere. There's a P. Oh, and Tech Ambrosia and Justin D. Morgan. Thank you all. You are awesome helps. I tell you what. I don't know what I would do without you all. I think that goes like that. Yeah, that kicks over like that. These have two little bumps, so you can put it in two different spaces. And next to that one is an up arrow. That looks like an up arrow. So after these came out, they also got a bath in deoxit. So the deoxit's just gonna, add some lubrication and hopefully prevent future rust a little bit. And now we need our at and our star. There's a star. There's an at. Okay, so we have a lot of keys on. We're getting close. We're getting close. I really hope we have enough here. All right, backspace. Justin says we had to remind you before we forgot to remind you. Oh, Justin. That's our one. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we're going to run out of keys. This isn't, or springs. This is not ideal. If anyone knows a good source for replacement springs for these things, let me know. The issue is you can't just use a Commodore 64 without your keys going up, or the keys are basically stuck down, and then it makes the keyboard act weird. Yeah. So look at this guy. That is like toast. All right. So everyone remember that after 5, we're gonna need more keys. I'm just gonna stretch these out. It's gonna feel weird. I'll find some replacement keys, or why do I keep saying keys? Replacement springs from somewhere. They have them on eBay, sort of, but I don't know. It feels like a lot of money. Someone has to have made replacements for these things. The other thing that I was disappointed by replacements. Oof! Look at that. There's very little spring left in that spring. Oh, good golly. Okay. All right. Take that. Hey, all things DG. Yeah, Justin says, I don't know of a good source, but I know of a mediocre source. Oof. These things are terrible. Look at all the rust on the bench. Hopefully these keep the keys up enough for testing purposes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. It's up. Okay, now we need a plus. And a minus. All right, we got 3 more keys and 3 more spaces. Yes, I didn't lose any of the keys. Yeah, I don't think I want to pay $70 for a set of these things. Look at this. Just comes apart. As long as they keep the keys up for today, that's all I care about. Oh, wait. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Ugh. Okay, that one goes there. And then that one goes there. And then that one goes there. Yay, we have all of our keys. Oh, God. This is a mess. These are all like little remnants of stuff here. I'll show you in person closer here. Yuck, yuck. And this will all just go right on the floor. You go on the floor. We never come on here. Look at all this remnant. It's just, I can't believe how rusty this thing was. This is awesome. All right. So that's the keyboard. All right. And because everyone reminded me so awesomely, I remembered to solder this back on. Okay. Super. All right. Does anyone remember how to reassemble a Commodore 64? Oh God, the bench is so disgusting. I did so much cleaning, and it's still, this thing is like the source of endless rust. Okay. So this goes like this. And we're gonna need oh, right. No, I think this one actually is a little different. All right. Say goodbye to this guy. I love this so much. The things that tickle me. All right, that goes like that. And this goes in here like that. And I guess we should put some thermal compound back on there. I guess we could zoom in a little bit. Should we zoom in a little bit? There we go. All right, gonna bend them up. We want maximum thermal transfer because this is obviously a very efficient system. Oh, too much. I need to do what Sean does and block out the thermal paste application. All right, what do we got here? So, am I correct in thinking that this is different than the old? Yeah, this slides in there like that, and then there's 2 screws. Now I remember. Now I remember. Trina's telling me I use too much thermal paste. Everyone's a critic. You know what? You know what? Okay, so we got to find some screws. We're not going to be able to use the original screws in this thing. And Justin D. Morgan is telling me I'm using the wrong brand. Yes, you have to use the right brand for your vintage Commodores. All right. So these Torx guys, nope, that's not a Torx guy. These are Torx guys. They were for the outside. Okay. Yeah, I had these soaking in deoxit as well. We're not going to reuse. Not going to reuse these 3. Yeah. We'll find replacements for those 3. So I kind of looked through my stuff, and I think I have some things that'll work. You probably don't need all of them too. Oh my gosh, I'm doing a restoration and not putting all the screws in. What the heck is going on here? Whose channel are we on? Oh, 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 I scratched it. Oh, I scratched it. Oh, come on, magnet. You got to look at the back of my head while I figure this out. There we go. Sorry. Trina's reminding me to don't forget the soldering. Yes, thank you, Trina. Oh shit. Oh, sorry YouTube. We probably should have checked to make sure this thing still turns on before we put it all back together. If it doesn't work, I might just light it on fire. This thing has led to some consternation. Oh, let's use this guy right here. It doesn't look right, but we need to hold it down. All things DG says. Thermal paste and a Commodore? What do you want to do? Freeze it to death? Gotta preserve that Vic. Or Sid. All of them, really, I guess. Oh, yeah, this thing. Let's put some deoxide in there. Oh, yeah, that's crunchy. All right, let's see if this thing actually works. Doop. And we need some monitor connection. Oh, nope. Gotta turn the TV on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, you can't see. Oh, come on. You can kind of almost see the light works after sitting in my driveway for a week. That's cool. And, oh, I should show you this. Trina, why you gotta mess with me? Let's see, 10. Oh, yeah, we got nothing happening here. Oh, no, we got a little bit of something happening. Oh, we're in there. How do we go back? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Oh, these Commodores. We almost have the keys working. That one's not working. Spacebar is not really working. Uh-oh. Come on, you jerk. Oh, well. Oh, that almost worked. Yeah, these keys are not doing great. Yay! All right, well, we did a thing. It kind of sort of works. I think I need to work in the keys a little bit. But it's doing a thing. All right. Let's go back to here. I'm going to shut this down. All right, now we got to screw the keyboard on. All right, this screw kind of looks like some that we encounter in Macworld, so I might steal one from my Mac screw bag if I can see any in here. Oh, no. There. I've had so many issues finding things today. It's been a weird day trying to find things. I've lost like everything that I've been working on at least once. All right, it looks like a 3mm. I'm just going to use a standard 3mm there. Excuse me while I grab a 3mm. Oh, are they down here? Nope. Nope. That's 632. There's our 3 millimeters. Trina, I soldered it. Relax. I did it. You weren't paying attention. Maybe you fell asleep. Okay. It's okay, Trina. I like this mounting mechanism for the keyboards way better than the old bread bin style. This feels better. It's also nice to not have cardboard inside your Commodore 64. Okay. Put that up there. So this is the thing we're still missing that I'm not going to be able to do today. So I ordered a replacement one of these. The badge was done. So I'm gonna have to wait for that to come from Poland, apparently. If anyone knows a better source to get your Commodore 64 replacement badges, let me know. It actually looks like they're not great ones. I'm used to like Mac Effects, right? Like for the Apple II Plus, their replacement badge is just so gorgeous. All the ones I'm finding for Commodore 64s do not look original. Okay. Hey, listen to this. If you go back and listen to that or watch that stream where I took this thing apart, it sounded very different back then. I think this was, what are these things? T9s? Yeah. Yes, Justin, if Mac Effects made Commodore 64 badges, they'd be Commodore effects. Maybe they could branch out. They do really nice things like that. Okay. All right. And here we are. Almost done. All I got to do is get that new badge on. So what do you think? How's that look compared to that? Ugh. Yeah, the pictures actually make it look better than it did in person. Go back and watch that stream. I wore gloves. I don't normally wear gloves when I work on things. There we go. Cup pump. Jeez, I'm eating lunch here. All right, so yeah, we should probably try to do a 8-bit dance party, right? That's what you do with your Commodore 64. I think this might already be set to do that. There it is. Video looks very nice. SID sounds good. That's about as much as I dance. Ah, sweet. And Epictronics says sweet. All right. Well, it's nice to get this thing off the Big Bad Bench. Do some more testing with that, but sweet. Ah. Guppa made a case for the Kung Fu Flash. Nice. All right, so our next project is getting back to 486 world. I have so much between deoxit and oh shoot, what's the other stuff? 303 protectant that I sprayed all over this thing. Everything is very slick today. All right, we're gonna set this down over here. And we're gonna get our 486 project. Let's get rid of these guys. You can go in there too. All right, so let's try to remind ourselves what the heck was going on with this guy. So, oh yeah, I forgot. Where the heck is that thing? Where is it? I already lost it. Oh, here we are. So, yeah, it was this system. When we got it, it didn't power on. I mean, the electricity ran through it, but it didn't do anything. I'm gonna move the camera, watch your eyes. There we go. Get right to the edge of the board. And so then we swapped out the CPU, and I think I reset a couple of these things. I put a new crystal in there, and it powered up. So I didn't do each of the steps individually. So that was sort of a mistake. I didn't know what the main issue was, but if we take a look at this, here's our processor that was in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Can anyone see what the issue is? Aside from that bent pin that happened afterwards. Hey, David Starbuck. Did I say hi to both the Starbucks? Did I miss one of the Starbucks? So, let's see if I can make it more visible. See what's happening there? That chip was cracked. So that's why that thing didn't work, probably. But when we put in a regular processor, it worked. The issue was that it was super slow, and when we tried to when we tried to turn on the turbo switch, it locked up. And so sometimes systems like to use, like back in the 386 and 286 era, basically they just slowed down the CPU clock. Oh shoot, I forgot about this. I sent my fixed Dallas chip to Justin D. Morgan. Let's see if we can do this without fixing the Dallas chip. Otherwise, we might have to do a quick fix on a Dallas chip. So anyway, yeah, sometimes systems would use the CPU speed itself to slow down for the turbo switch, right? But other times they would mess with the cache. And so there's 128K of cache here. The jumpers are set correctly for 128K cache. But when you turn this thing on, it shows 0 cache. And when we looked at the retro web, there's a little mod that I like to do when I install these things in sockets. It helps them fit down in there a little bit. I'm going to injure myself on stream again. It was missing the tag RAM. Okay, so the tag RAM is basically like the cache for the cache. It kind of keeps a map of what's stored in cache. And without the tag RAM, you're not going to have functional cache. So I found, so then when I looked in the retro web, it told me the type of tag RAM that you need, but the issue is that it wasn't right. So I think these are 24 pin sockets, and most of the cache chips that you would use are 28. And so then I looked through some other manuals, and it turns out that there's different revisions of this board, and this board required 24 pin tag modules. So hopefully these things I got actually work, and hopefully that fixes it. Errant Masa, yes. Welcome to the stream. And yes, indeed, it requires 2 tag RAM chips for this particular setup. All right, we're gonna try this without fixing it first. Sometimes you have to fix these in order to get the systems to post. We should have a keyboard around here somewhere. Justin D. Morgan thanks me for the 486SX motherboard. Yes, I was happy to send that off to someone that's gonna have fun with it. Remember, don't do them like this, do them like this. Otherwise you blow your tantalums. At best you explode tantalums. At worst you explode things that you actually care about. So we have RAM in here, we have that. We should connect some video. So let's see, where is it? Did I already moved it somewhere? Oh no. So one of the other systems we've looked at recently as part of this lot, these boards both came in the same lot of stuff, was this SAD Cyrix 486 SLC2 system. It's slow as a moose, but I think I have an idea for this thing. So keep an eye out for this in a future episode. We might do a CPU swap of this thing into a different system that will greatly speed up that other system. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, we got keyboard, we have a monitor, we got to change our video input. Okay, and we need electricity. All the things we learn here on the Big Bad Bench. Got to make sure our janky power switch is okay. We got our memory ticks happening. Okay. CMOS battery state low. Yes. Are we going to be able to get past this? Is it going to be a pain in the butt for us? F1. Yes. Okay. Let's just leave. No, we don't have any floppy drives installed. And yes, I'm sorry, I'm using a spongy keyboard instead of a nice clicky one. Oh, is this really gonna do this to us? Oh, this BIOS. Oh, these 486, early 486 BIOSes are the freaking worst. Okay, we're gonna mod this guy. Let's see how quickly I can do this. It's been a while. Well, it's been 2 weeks or so. That slot near the keyboard connector. Yeah, it's a weird RAM expansion thing. So this is an Asus board, and they apparently had a weird RAM expansion that you could buy for these things. Okay. So what we're gonna do is grind away here and here, I think. Let's see, do I have... Oh, let me look that up really quick because I don't want to grind the wrong side if possible. Yes, it's there and there. All right. Yeah, we're gonna add some speed holes to this Dallas clock. So what we're gonna do is get the Dremel. I apologize if anyone hates Dremel noises. Might want to mute your audio for a little while. It's gonna be like we're at the dentist. I gotta find my bits. So we're gonna use this guy. Make sure my soldering iron's back on. So yeah, basically if we don't fix this, then it's not gonna let us boot. There's some BIOSes that would just, you know, give you the error message, but you could F1 past it. This one, when you hit F1, it brings us back into the BIOS on a constant cycle. So we're gonna fix this. Let's go under the microscope. Sorry, I really didn't want to have to do this today. Gonna have to adjust our height a little bit. Where are we at here? There we are. Gonna have to come down just a skosh. There we go. All right. If you don't like the dentist, hold your ears. Yuck. Good thing we didn't clean off the big bad bench or anything. All right. Gonna need a blade. This is the thing that's always bad. You gotta be careful with your pins. It helps if you have a piece of like ESD foam to keep your pins safe when you do this. I was unprepared, I apologize. So just gonna get rid of some of this excess. The outside is like a plastic and the inside is like some sort of a glue matrix kind of stuff. So yeah, this is the whole real-time clock and the battery in this module. And what happens is when the battery dies, the system just gets kind of cranky. Some systems I've encountered just will not even boot without a good battery on it. Most of the time you get them to work, but this particular BIOS will not allow us past the BIOS. Sorry, I need to shut this off for just a second. Need to be able to see with both my eyes. Okay. There we go. We're back. All right. So that's clear. We're going to switch to a smaller bit. We're going to get a little bit deeper here. We got to disconnect that pin from the battery. Hey, Rudy. You missed the fun, man. My Commodore 64C is all done. I'll show you again in a minute once I get this thing all ground out. This one, gotta get in there and really give it a root canal. Okay. So you can see there's metal here and there's metal here. We've got to make sure that those two are not connected anymore. So that's what we were grinding at deeply there. Beep. Still connected. Okay, get a little more violent with it. Oh, and I just broke my tip of my X-Acto. We got too violent with it. Let's go back to the grinder. There we go. I think I got it. Okay, let's try it again. Beep. No beep. And beep. Yeah, so that's there. Okay. All right, now we can solder on a connector or a battery majig. Let's see. I have one here that I use for something else that I'm not going to use for that purpose anymore. So let's get rid of the tiny wires I had connected. And let's get rid of that. Come on. Let's use some bigger wires. Gonna flux up our nubs. Let's see if Trina was here to hear what I just said. Hey, JVHS is here. How's it going, Jeremy? It's a battery madoodle. That is right. Okay, tin that. Tin that. Oops. Use our red enameled wire. Oh yeah, that's nice and strong. Very nice. Very strong. Okay, so I just made a loop. We're going to cut that off. All right, now I got to remind myself which side is plus and which side is minus. So this side is going to be our plus, so that needs to be attached to that one. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sometimes I don't put a wire on that one. Yeah. What we're going to do is just take this guy, wrap that around there. Yeah, it's a little weak. Might need to reinforce that. It's a little far away. So, I'm going to justify the fact that I keep a little bag of capacitor leads around. Cut a little chunk of one. This is the kind of thing that I keep those around for. Flux up there. There we go. That's much more secure. Okay, so now over here, gotta wrap that guy around. Oh, sorry. And cut that off. So there are much more elegant solutions for doing this kind of thing. Me being a cheap bastard, this is the method I typically use. Come on. Come on, enamel wire. You know you want to solder. Okay. Not the prettiest job I've ever done. Let's put a little flux on that and make that solder prettier. Let's flux it. And it's a good idea to like put some hot glue or something on there. Yeah, as David Starbuck just said, sometimes it helps to have some hot glue on there. I think Justin saw that when he got that 486SX board in. He was not impressed at my workmanship. There. See how the flux makes that nice and smooth? Alright, let's put a battery in. I think I got a battery here. Throw your batteries to children. I think that's what that's telling me, right? And let's see if we got our voltage. Got our 3 volts. Super. Ryan Mark, hello, welcome to the channel. All right, so we're sort of done with that now. Here's this guy all done. How long did that take? I don't know. Longer than I wanted to spend on it, but whatever. Now you saw how to do one of those. I'll put a link in the description to where I found that originally. All right, now let's see if we can get past the BIOS screen with this guy. Oh, doop. Okay, let's go into the BIOS. This. Let's just change the date and date a little bit. And we have no floppy installed. Right. There we go. Now we're past it. Okay, so now I can show you how slow this thing is. So this is currently, let's see, it's a DX266, but I have a 50 megahertz crystal in here, which means that it's going to be a DX250. So take everything with a grain of salt. CD DOS bench. Bench. All right, and let's just do the Norton sys info, because that's a quick, easy one. All right, Epictronics, have a good day. Yeah, so look how pathetic this is. Intel DX33 35.9, 486 DX33 71.2. This is at a 7.2, right? David Starbuck, can you download more RAM for it? So I think what we're seeing here is our turbo issue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss a jumper on the turbo switch. Some boards require your jumper to be installed to have turbo. Some require them to not be installed. I have a feeling this board requires them to be installed. So I'm going to throw this on, and theoretically what's going to happen here is the system's going to lock up. Yep. So that's totally locked. So my theory is that the turbo goes through the cache. And so that's why we need to get our cache working on this board. And so hopefully this will do it. I'm gonna deoxit these sockets. Go nuts with the deoxit around here. Hopefully these chips are good. It's really hard to find DIP24, or relatively hard to find DIP24 chips. They are very not as common as the DIP28s. So I was happy when I came across these. The one concern I have is that these appear to be 25 nanoseconds and the main cache is 20 nanoseconds. Typically you want your tag RAM to be faster than your cache. But at this point, for this board, for a 25 megahertz system, we'll take anything we can get. I think that it should be fast enough for this system. So all I'm doing here, these are spread out wide, so I'm just giving them a little crunch on the BigBadBench. And for new viewers, my bench is ESD safe, so don't worry. Okay. Oh, I forgot to point out that it did say 0K of cache when we power that thing on. So hopefully it'll say 128. And I love this cache size selection thing, this resistor packs. Oh, turned on. Well, that's not good. It's still saying 0K of cache. That is very not good. Let's go into system info. This is pretty slow. This might even be worse. Still at 7.2. That's interesting. That's interesting. Hey, Bacchus, how are you? Yeah, if we tried to run Doom on this, it would definitely not be happy. What happens if we pull our jumper? It ran up to 7.9 for a second. All right, so that's interesting. So our cache is still not working. Let's come on. There we go. See. I don't know why I always feel like I need to shut that off the right way. Let's Oh, that's a good idea, War High Techs. Check in the BIOS. Make sure that it was enabled. That is an excellent point. Keyboard error, yes, because I was hitting the keyboard. Advanced CMOS. External cache, internal cache. Well, that's sad. Okay. Let's pull out these cache chips. Did it do anything? No, it still says 0. I can try disabling it. Maybe something weird in the BIOS settings. Maybe it's wrong. Let's go back in. I do have a bunch more cache, so what I was thinking about doing is trying to just try some different cache chips on there. Oh. Huh. Oh, super. Saying 64K of cache now, which it doesn't have 64K. I think it has a full 128, but let's see what happens. Let's run cache check real quick. It feels a little bit faster than it did before. Again, like I said, this is a DX2. I have a 50 megahertz crystal in there, so it's 25 megahertz times 2. This is like there's no cache. Yeah. All right, fine. Let's go back into system info real quick just to confirm that nothing weird is happening. I guess I didn't run those. 24257. Yeah, that should be 128K because there's 4 of those chips. This is weird. This system is so buggy. This is so weird. All right, whatever, whatever. Oh, what happens if we put our turbo switch back on? And let's go back into K. This feels slower now. So let's see. Nope, saying the same thing. That's weird. That's so weird. This system is so, yes, it's cursed. All right, so let's shut this down. Let's go back to here. Let's pull out these chips real quick and reseat them. This is very crusty. Oh right, Rudy's here to see Commodore 64 stuff. Let me get these out and a little deoxit on the chips. Wow, these sockets look bad. On the sockets, and then I'll show you the Commodore 64. Really happy with how that came out. Except for the space key does not work. Oh well, maybe it just needs to be used a little bit. Okay, let's coat this. Just totally douse it. Deoxit just fixes stuff, right? That's what I've learned. Where did I put that Commodore 64? Okay. Here we go. This is what it looks like. And let's again show you what it did look like. That's what it looked like. And it also had this going on. Oh God, that just still makes me sick. So yeah, there's some dead bugs in the keyboard. There had to be things living in there. That's stuff that came off of the keyboard. Oh God, this thing was disgusting. Oh God. And there we are. Here we are now. Just waiting on a new badge. Rudy, if you happen to know anywhere to get good Commodore 64 replacement badges, let me know. Content warning. Yes, I probably should have done that. Let me grab some cache modules. All right, I have a ton of 32K by 8s. So what if we just fill this guy up? And let's fill those up too. I think I've tested all of these. Yeah, so as I'm moving so I'm just moving these up and down a little bit to try to clean out the sockets a little bit. I can feel crustiness in those sockets. I really don't want to have to replace those cache sockets. It's not, doesn't feel like a good use of time to spend that much time on a 486 ISA board. Oh yeah, that would be what my antibiotic would be named. Jankicillin. I love it. There we go. I'll leave that turbo switch off. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot right now. Anyone stay up late to watch football last night? That's probably why I'm feeling kind of weird right now. I am used to going to bed at like 8 o'clock. My Philadelphia Eagles beat the I-80-386SX's Green Bay Packers. I feel bad for them, but needed that win. Love the NFL season. Okay. All right, so we'll leave that jumper. Let's just reseat these a little bit, just in case there's a weird connection. Theoretically, there's 256K in there now. All right, let's try out this guy. Tick. There we go. And we're going to miss what it says. Oh, no, we should still be able to see it. Still says 64K of cache. Okay. Oh, let's re-enable cache in the BIOS. And it's back to saying 0K of cache. So when we disable the cache, it says 64K. When we enable it, it says 0. Let's run cache check. So this is obviously DOS Bench from Phil's Computer Lab. Really useful tool or set of tools. Yep. It's like there's nothing there. All right. So let's see what happens when we change where those jumpers are. So let's go to here. Since we do have 256K, let's put it there. But also, we'll try the 64K too if that doesn't work. Does anyone know what the M1 jumper, Justin, where in that? Oh, there you go. You pasted it again. Thank you. Manual. Boop, 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 boop. What? Where's TP7? There's a separate jumper. It's saying, all right, let me see if I can show you what I'm looking at here. There it is. So that's what this thing is. Oh no. Okay, for 1.4 or earlier version, that's what we're dealing with here. And so theoretically, we have these 64K by 4s. Yeah, this is the page that I found that helped me actually find the right tagrams for these things. Let's see what happens when we try this in the 256K setting. Says 0. Okay. Weird buggy board. Maybe I didn't see those tagrams. Oh man. Properly. Let's try reseating them. Did I bend a leg or something? It's known to happen. It happens. No, I bent no legs on that one. Ooh. Dead bug came out with one of the pins. Yeah, they already got deoxided, but that's the issue with sockets, is you can't like get in there and really clean them out good. Just wiggling up and down a little bit. Try to encourage them to scrape it a little bit. Justin says this stream is rated PG for pretty gross. All right, let's try it again. It's not like anything's getting super hot, shorting out or anything. Wouldn't surprise me if there's like a broken trace somewhere on this thing. 0K of cache. You jerk. You jerk. Let's try it this way. Let's put the turbo switch back on. Let's put some deoxit on the turbo switch too. Just coat the whole thing in deoxit. That'll just make it work. Oh, oh, it says 256. Ooh. Oh, and it hanged. Of course it did. Oh, that's funny. This is funny. You are a funny board. Oh man, that is great. I knew that was going to happen. Let's shut that off. Let's take off the turbo switch and try it again. Zero K of cache. See, I think that turbo has something to do with the cache. Alright, so what we're gonna do, let's put this back into the 128 position. Oh, of course I bent that over. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Justin. There are some 74 244s here. It says 128. And it's gonna hang. I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's go to that board. There is a BIOS in here. Maybe we could find out if the if it's newer than the one that's on this board. Yeah, that's hung. Reset. Let's go into the BIOS. See if we can disable the cache. Let's see if this works now. Yep. That lets it bypass that. Now it's saying there's 64K of cache. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. Let's see if any of this is actually being detected. Because in reality, it's acting like there's no internal CPU cache either. I have a feeling this BIOS is just junk. Right, so if we go into, if we go to cache check, whoa, that's even slower than it was. But it's not even seeing the internal cache on the CPU. So that's interesting. I think this BIOS is just junk. But we'll see. We'll play with this board again. It's been about an hour and a half, and that is sort of my limit. So I think we're gonna call it. Definitely go check out Trina's Technobabble tomorrow, who is filling in for Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. We finished this thing. Go back and watch this old stream. Oh my God, this thing was disgusting. How rusty it was. It left a puddle of rust all over the Big Bad Bench. So yeah, we got some stuff done today. This board is still going to be a little buggy, but we'll revisit it someday. I'll probably be back next Saturday, Saturday at noons, like how we normally do it. Tech Ambrosia is streaming tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern time, I think, and she thinks she's working on her Quadra 700 again. So you definitely want to check that out because that is a nice machine. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate the heck out of you, and have a lovely day and lovely week. Bye.